Hey, everybody, this is Dr. J. Kamal and I, John, streaming live from Long Island, New York, and other parts unknown of the Northeast. Uh, Northeast what? United States of America. And
USA.
today was a day where we started off the pre-market with a shockaroo. Suddenly, the government numbers on CPI are matching my experiences in the supermarket. They seem not to be going down, but only up.
The
Yep.
value of the dollar is like getting hammered.
So
Yep.
the CPI was a little bit of a shocker. Came in nasty, nasty high. It was hot, and the market didn't like it because it didn't expect this kind of number.
Right.
And at this point, the Fed has got to be on hold in June, on hold in July. Who knows? Maybe on hold for the rest of the year. Maybe we don't get to rate cuts at all.
Maybe. But what do we say about inflation? It's transitory.
Transitory. Well, transitory over many years. I agree with it. 5 years is transitory, right?
Yeah.
By the way, inflation is rampant worldwide, not just in the US.
I
In
know.
Correct.
some third world countries, inflation is like by the 100%, the 200%,
Yeah.
300%. It's like crazy.
Yeah, that's why some countries are looking to adopt Bitcoin as their currency because they
Yeah.
can't.
El
They,
Salvador bought a whole lot of Bitcoin a few years back.
I think that's an example of a country that's likely to go adopt Bitcoin as a currency.
Yeah. Yeah,
A
they've really turned that country
lot
around.
of South American countries and Central American countries are inflating away their currency, like Argentina, very bad. I think
Yeah.
kind of Venezuela. I don't know about Brazil, probably bad. I don't know.
Egypt,
You would,
Egypt lost 90% of the value of its pound.
yeah. I mean, even our country. If you go into the supermarket, the Hershey bar it keeps shrinking, even if the price stays the same, right? They get you one way or the other.
Shrinkflation.
Correct.
Yeah.
The ice cream gallon, it was like the half a gallon. Now it's like less and less and less.
Yes,
Now
Yeah.
I could finish it up by myself.
I could finish the gallon by myself, so it didn't.
Yeah. Any size I'll finish by myself.
Yeah, if you give me Haagen-Dazs and give me a plate, I'll go at it.
Yeah. Every pizza is a personal pizza, right?
Yep. So today was an okay day for me. I'm actually in the green largely because of Bitcoin.
That makes one of us.
Yeah,
I broke even today. I'm just up a couple $100, which is even.
my
I am
Bitcoin broker
down.
bailed me out.
I am
But
down,
I
down.
continue to sell MicroStrategy into any rally. I sold some today and bought more IBIT. And
Yeah, SMCI also is not doing well.
my thinking with that trade is I don't trust mstr. They have, I mean, their whole business model is a little peculiar. They go into to get to the second, not secondary. They go into the market, issue convertible buy bonds, sell bonds, whatever they're doing. They're becoming debtors. They take that money and they immediately buy Bitcoin with it. And at some point, they got to pay back the loan. So how do you pay back the loan? Do you they can convert to these bonds to stock and dilute. They can sell some of the Bitcoin and pay back, which they don't want to do. They
No.
can go and issue new bonds, refinance. But the problem is it's at a much higher rate. So the alternatives for them, their business model is, I think, could get them into trouble. And that's the essence of the short thesis. I'm not sure what the long thesis is. It used to be this was the only game in town before before the ETFs. But now with the ETFs, anybody could buy Bitcoin. So MicroStrategy has lost its strategic appeal. And I think you're not going to get the leverage going forward of 4 or 5 to 1 what Bitcoin does on a given day. Today you got it. I don't know why. Maybe a short squeeze. They have a tremendous amount of shorts. So I think the float is about maybe 33% short. I don't remember the number, but it's a huge amount of shorts on MSTR. So yeah, you could have a short squeeze that could bring it up to, who knows, 20,000, 2,000. I'm sorry, 2,000. That's where it topped out recently at 1999.99. Guess who had a sell order for 2001?
You.
Of course.
Well, if it hits 2001, it's going to shoot higher. It will struggle to reach 2000. That's how I think about it. Like if it was me, I would sell it at 199 or 198.
I tried to outthink the market. I said it's going to go just a little bit above 2000 and then pull back.
Yeah, if I were you, I would do like 1998.
You would have hit it. I didn't.
Yeah.
Cost me quite a lot of money, but I can't complain. I've made a ton of money on MicroStrategy. I've made a ton of money on the ETFs since they've been issued in January. So Bitcoin has been really good to me, and I think Bitcoin is going to pop from here. It's not going down, it's going up. And why? Why? Because of the halving? No. Yes and no. That's half the story. What's the other half of the story? The wirehouses, the big brokers are going to approve it for their wealth.
ETFs.
Yeah, those ETFs haven't been approved yet. They've been approved by the whole world except for Merrill, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan. What's the other one? Wells Fargo. All of these have huge amounts of money in their wealth management areas, right? They can't. The wealth managers can't go ahead and buy. It must be very frustrating to them when their clients yelling at them, "I want to buy it," and they can't. So rest assured, that's coming. I read that Morgan Stanley is very close to approval, according to what I read. So that I expect that to be approved first, followed by Merrill and the others. And once that happens, that'll give the market a big shot in the arm. I think that, together with the halving, Bitcoin should easily make $95,000, maybe $100,000 within the year, certainly, maybe earlier. So what are your thoughts on my reasoning? It sounds reasonable?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that there's enough catalyst for Bitcoin that I would bet to the upside also, yeah.
Now, the charts have support. I think it's a fib number at around 50,000. Can it get there? I suppose. But if it does, it's just a buying opportunity.
Right.
And also 60,000 was I think some kind of fib number or some kind of support, if I remember correctly. So 60,000 already touched. So we could come back there again for a retest of 60,000. As far as SPY goes, we looked at that the last time rather carefully, and we saw it broke the lower trend line. Bitcoin did not break that lower channel. So we noticed that the last time as well, and it still hasn't. So let's get to the charts. I'm going to chart Bitcoin and MicroStrategy and Sava and SPY. Then I'll give it over to Arjan to chart whatever the heck he wants. Whatever you want, Arjan.
Yep. It's going to be precious metals until something happens that I don't like.
I think XLE had a nice pop from the last show, since the last show.
Yeah, the platinum plays have been following.
XLE is another one that I like. Not in it, but I like it. I haven't added a new position to my portfolio in a long time. We should also look at a couple of other baby AI stocks, maybe Snowflake, maybe Elastic. We should take a look at some others. I don't own them, but
I would like you to go over SMCI, please.
SMCI I own, and I'll be happy to go over it. Happily. Okay, so let's take a look at SPY first. The beautiful upward channel has been broken. I was looking for this line here at 507.46. Now I'm thinking probably won't even get there. Maybe the low of this candle from 319, just
Which is
about.
like the 50-day moving average.
I'm looking at the low of the candle from 319, March 19. That's 511.12. I like 511 as possible bottom, which is very close to where we are. Then if we don't, if not 511, then the low of this candle from 315, 2 days earlier, which is 508.12. That's what I like. Those are my two areas of support that I'm looking at. And also the 50-day moving average, which is at 508 and change. They were all about the same. Let's call it an interval, 508 to 511.
Yep. I think if it breaks the 50, it'll be brief and it'll go right back up.
Right. Correct. I agree. We might get, we already had 3 candles in a row at this 508 level. We could get one more.
Yeah.
So I'm very bullish Bitcoin and a mildly bullish SPY. I think after we hit the low, it'll be a grind up. It won't be a shot up, but it'll be a grind up. So maybe we grind until we get back to like 527, 530, maybe 535 before we go down again. But I think it'll be a slow grind up the whole month, the rest of the month of April. So I think we quickly make a low tomorrow, maybe into the intraday and up from there.
Sure.
That's how I see that chart. Now the Bitcoin chart is really even nicer. Granted, I drew a huge channel in terms of width, but the bottom trend line of that channel is very true. Look at it here.
Higher lows. I like it.
Look at how it bounced off the lower end of the channel today.
That's a really good candle today, I think, yeah, because it's just not going to make new lows. It's refusing to.
When were we on? We were on Thursday of last.
Yeah, we were on when we saw that red. Sorry, I think it was four trading days ago.
Yes, this green candle here, I think we were on.
Yeah, so it was basing around there.
And we're trading above that area now.
Yeah, I like this chart quite a bit better than SPY. Has a channel. The 50 is basically becoming the lower trend line there slowly, and higher lows. I mean, I think, it's going to be tough once it gets to the mid 70s, like 72, 73. But
it has to make so there's got to be news, a catalyst to break this candle from 4.7.
Yeah.
That's 72,715.
Yeah.
But once that gets taken out, we challenge the highs up here.
Yeah.
Probably the next little run would be to 75.
Yeah.
75,000.
I really like today's candle, though. That's a good candle.
It is. Bottom wick is very long. It's rejected the low.
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't break this lower channel, lower trend line for a long time, maybe the rest of the year. Bitcoin is very strong, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In the opinion of a lot of people as well. I'm not being a lone wolfer this time.
I agree. Yeah, I like this a lot.
Yeah, and my strategy is going to continue to be the same: sell MicroStrategy into strength, like today, and buy more IBIT. That's my strategy. What else did I say? We shot MicroStrategy, right? Let's do the 6 month. Nice green candle today, turnaround candle. It could show strength, but I noticed that the channel that it's forming to the downside. I think it's very conceivable MicroStrategy could make new lows while Bitcoin and IBIT make highs. So I think this is a weak shot right now in MicroStrategy. The only way this thing pops is if there's a short squeeze, which there could be, because there's a lot of shorts on this in this.
Yeah.
Thing.
I mean, you can draw a lower trend line somewhat. It's not super clean, but yeah, I don't like this as much just because of the way it's kind of it's almost trying to make one of those head and shoulders patterns.
Everything's a head and shoulders. I hate that pattern.
Why do you hate it? It's a real thing.
Because it's ubiquitous. Double tops and head and shoulders. They're ubiquitous. They're everywhere.
That's worked for me. I don't know. I think
they're basically the same thing. Very close. Anyway.
So this is a downward channel, right?
Downward channel forming here, but
yeah, but you do have higher lows from,
from all the way back here in February. Yeah.
So it's gonna be Judgment Day around the 38.2% retrace. That's a really key level.
Yeah. Well, I think 50,000. I mean, on Bitcoin, it's about 50,000. I didn't do the fib numbers on this, but this is a key level here. This candle.
12-ish, but then if you're thinking we're going there anyway, I wouldn't really be buying this right now.
Yeah, I think we could retest that 1230 area. Let me just draw that in.
That'll complete my head and shoulders.
The thing is, if we break that, it could go down to 800.
Yeah.
Well, I do have the fib numbers on this.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The 38, a little below the 38.2 is pretty key. Yeah. There's a lot of touches at the 38.2.
The 61.8 is another area that it could get to.
Yeah.
It's right about 1,000, right?
Yeah. I won't be buying this. I have a little bit that I'm actually trying to get rid of.
I sold half my total shares. I had a lot of shares, sold half. A little piecemeal, not today, just a little bit at a time.
Right.
I had a sell order for 2001 when it hit 1999.99 that day. That was, I think, a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
It was, I'll tell you what it was. It was up about a high, 27th of March. Time flies when you're having fun. All right, so I'll do SMCI and turn it over to you.
All right.
SMCI. And Sava. You want to do Sava? You own Sava.
No.
Yeah, I'll chart anything. I mean, sure.
All right, I'll let you chart Sava. This is definite downtrend. No denying it, but I think it holds this This level very close to turning it around, in my opinion. I think we hold 855. I think we hold. So quick look at SMCI. 855 looks like a buy and entry point. We almost hit it today, right?
Yeah. Look at that 50-day. It's important.
The 50 was broken, but it's still touching.
Yeah. So this could be a touch and rebound. I mean, higher low, maybe.
Could you click on the 3 months? It shows.
Yeah. I almost don't care if we go lower, just more of a buying opportunity, I'll add.
Yeah.
I've been trading this one. I've been selling it as it goes up to 1200, wherever it went. Bought it back around here. So I'm not afraid to add. If it gets down to this level, I'll be a big buyer.
Yeah.
That's what is that? 700 areas, 692.
Sure.
If it gets down there, I open up my pocketbook. I will be a big buyer at 692. But if it gets there, I probably won't.
Yeah, I don't think it will.
I think this area in here at 811 would be huge support.
I think the low that it made today is going to be the low till summer.
That could be, or the low forever.
I just think that it's going to bounce off the 50, and I like 2-to-1 odds that it just goes right back up. Yeah.
This is a tremendously strong company. I started buying it in the 200s. And remember, I made it Kamal and I both made it one of our top 5 picks of the year, right, Kamal?
Yep.
Nice.
And when we did, someone tweeted, what was my target for selling it? I said, I don't have a target for selling it, but it'll be over 400 soon. And that's when it was 250. So I was right. I understated it when I said above 400.
It's good to be right. Let your runners run.
Yeah, cut the losses and let the winners run. Exactly. Although I tend to trim a little bit here and there too.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to let you take over now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pull this up. Share screen.
We all own Sava. Kamal, you own it? I think you got to I think in terms of owning a little.
I sold it prematurely.
Yeah, well, maybe you get back in.
Yeah, I have some.
Not a lot. You have a habit of going all in, all in. Better to nibble, average in on this one.
Yeah, let's start with long-term time.
Everyone, Arjan, everyone has their own style. Mine is to go in slowly and out slowly. Kamal's is opposite, all in and all out. And
I'm somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to start with long-term just because I haven't looked at this in a while. Yeah, why is my computer just doesn't like me right now? I'm going to refresh. Actually, no, we'll start with short term just because that's what we do. Okay.
Look at that pop.
Yeah, this looks like a trading range is kind of forming. I mean, if we draw some lines here just to get... So there's a lot of touches here, so I'm going to put one there. And
what is it hitting? What moving average is that it's hitting now?
The 50. Or actually, no, I do this 444 one. I have this like really long term. So that one yeah, that's like the 444, but then the green is the 100, the blue is the 50. So this is basically just telling us it's retracing up now to a really long-term moving average, and the shorter-term moving averages are curling up. The 9 is trying to cross up through the 50. So that would be good. I mean, I wouldn't be adding too much here. I'm just going to hold what I have, but I'm going to be really curious to see what it does in this trading range.
The recent catalyst, I think, was the IDMC committee.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, by the end of the year, we should have phase 3 results, right?
The Independent Data Monitoring Committee, is that what they call it?
I think so. I don't know the acronym, but that sounds right.
They're looking at safety data for their phase 3, and they said all good, green light.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, what I'm looking to do is add at slightly lower levels, if possible. I like it stopped at a pretty key level where it has had a lot of touches. So, I mean, if it goes down to the 100 or the 50, I think I'll add some more. But I think it's going to be range bound for a little while because
I agree with you that all the short-term stuff is noise. When it went down to 18, it was noise. Up to 29, it was noise. It's all noise. What matters is the end of the year when we get top-line data on the phase 3 study.
Yep. So, I mean, I think
you can get an overnight move, an overnight pop of 20 times. It's quite
sure. I mean,
quite possible.
Yeah, because I mean, let's look at like the all-time chart here. I mean, it's seen 150 before. So yeah, I mean, it's just been basing for such a long time at this point that I think all you can do in the short term is kind of swing it in this range. And if you believe in it, accumulate for the end of the year. But yeah, I don't think.
Let's say hypothetically it's 25 at the end of the year before the data is released. And it's extremely good data, you're going to get 20x almost overnight.
Well, you'll definitely get 5x.
5x would be too modest. A minimum of 10x.
Well, the only reason I'm saying you're definitely going to get 5
I'm
is
talking about a hypothetical scenario where the data is phenomenal.
Yeah, sure. We will revisit this one later. I don't think it's very interesting.
Take you to 500, right?
Sorry?
I think in the near future this will go back to 20.
Yeah, it could. Or it could,
but yeah.
It could retest the 30 area. Both are equally.
I mean, I think it's going to be range bound. I just think it's going to be range bound for a while.
I think it's equally likely that it goes to 30 before 20 or 20 before 30. Flip the coin.
Yeah. I'll show you one of the platinum plays that I've been.
IMPUY?
I've shown it, I think, 2 or 3 times on this show. It's been doing quite well, but it did have a bit of a setback today. So I'm going to just kind of explain what I saw.
They don't go straight up, they don't go straight up.
Sometimes they do.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but not worried about this one because I think the chart still looks pretty. I don't know why my computer keeps messing up. Sorry about this. Let me refresh again.
I don't like this new version of the Yahoo charts.
I don't either. It always crashes on me, and anytime I click a new time frame, it just wonks out.
I only own 2 biotechs at this point, believe it or not.
I think it's not the best time to own bios, so I don't mind that strategy.
Hasn't been for a long time.
Yeah.
Since
Since
the pandemic.
Here we go. Finally. So here's what I'm seeing with this one. I like that today, even though it did open quite a bit lower than it did yesterday, it rebounded quite strongly. And
yeah, it looks like it's sitting at support now at that moving average, whatever it is.
That's right. Yeah. So what I'm hoping for here, and I have pretty decent conviction, is that because it broke these highs, I think that was why it reached a little bit of resistance, but I think it's just going to continue upwards after today. I think today was a new higher low. And what I'm basically seeing is the 9-day moving average is going to just turn into a nice trend line that we can rely on upwards. And I have a price target personally. Well, the conservative one is I'm going to take some off the table right around here where these this high is near about 760. But what I really think I'm going to end up with here is something in the double digits.
You're looking for a 2x.
Well, from when I got in, I'm looking for a 4x.
But
here,
yeah, 2x from here.
From here, yeah, I'm looking for a double. But I think once you get 50% from here, it's going to get choppy. So I would advise probably taking some off. But this 9-day has been our best friend since.
We don't advise. We just tell the people what we're likely to do. But advice,
yeah, exactly.
We don't give advice because we don't. We're an entertainment show.
It's opinions.
And in fact, people should do their own due diligence, and check with an advisor before acting and so on.
That's correct. So yeah. I mean, do you want to chart anything else, or are we good?
Kamal, you have anything? SMCI?
Yep.
SMCI?
Did we do it?
I thought we already did it.
Oh, we did that. Do you have anything else?
When do you think Tesla is gonna rebound?
Yeah, let's look. I haven't looked at Tesla in a while.
Tesla, that's another one you got to enter slowly because I think it's choppy.
I think it's good to enter now.
Maybe.
Well, let's draw some lines and see what we think. That's what we do. So pretty nice basing here. I actually agree with Kamal because let's look at all these touches back to fall 2020, right? So that was where you had the COVID run. It started to base there. Then it really rocketed. Has been super choppy since, but then it stopped there in 2023 and it made a higher low in 2024. So I think I agree with Kamal. And I think that at the very least, you can swing it in the short run up to the moving averages. So let's draw them around here. Yeah, you got plenty of touches here. So let's just call it like 225. Yeah, I think it's worth nibbling here and getting some.
You know what the catalyst is? The main catalyst?
With Elon Musk?
Elon,
anything?
He tweeted that come May 1, May 15, I don't know, robo taxis will go live.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd buy this for at the very least a little swing up to the 220s, and then we can revisit.
What scares me is the next earnings report probably be pretty shitty.
Could be, but this chart I think doesn't scare me very much. It actually I like what I'm seeing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea to start nibbling now. I think that in the long run, it's a very good buy, but it's choppy.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's range bound. There's nothing wrong with that when it's in the lower end of a range.
We have K Indonesia requesting catx, and we have novice LLY.
Yeah, I'll do LLY because it was first, then I'll do catx, and then I gotta go.
Okay. Then we
Oh,
all.
wow. Well, I mean, this has been a beast. Well, this is super long term, so let's zoom in a little. Yeah, I mean, like a lot of these charts we've been looking at, the 50-day is coming into play for the first time all year, basically. I think we saw SPY, the 50s coming, SMCI, a few others. So, I mean, I think with this one, right, like you have some lines that you can draw here where looks like that's a really key low that you don't want to retest, but then do you see a trend line here? Maybe that might be a stretch.
We have what looks like a trading range from the bottom line you drew to the top.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, because you could argue that trend line that I drew makes some sense, and then basically it broke it today, but then rebounded back up, and you're in the middle to lower middle of a trading range, and if you like it, the bullish side of this says 50-day bounce, head back up, try for new highs. If you're a little skeptical, you're saying, let's see how it behaves at 729, if it even gets there.
How much Ozempic can the world consume?
More. The answer is always more, right?
They don't do Ozempic. The other company, Novo, does.
Yeah, that's the Dutch one, right? Or Norwegian.
I don't know what they are. Novo Nordisk. I don't know what they are.
Yeah, that's a Norwegian company. But yeah, I mean, I think Lily, like, because big picture, this has been awesome. But yeah, let's.
This one is Manjaro, whatever it's called.
Yeah. But yeah, this looks fine. I mean,
it looks like a tech stock from this chart.
Yeah, it really does. All right, and then the last one.
I just want to add something here. Do you know that the American people are the most medicated population in the world?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I take about 19 pills a day, so I'll confirm it. I take 4 pills and I eat food.
All right, let's go to catx, which I have never heard of, but this makes me wish I had. What is this? Does anyone know? Oh my God.
It looks like SMCI.
Yeah, I mean, with these, this is actually one of the best charts I've seen so far if you're just going by straight channel, right? I mean, this has just been in a perfect channel where the 9-day has, if it's broken, it's just gone right back above it. And now it actually looks as strong as ever. I mean, I don't even have to draw the channel. You can see it.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a rocket ship with many stages that you go, you know what I mean? It's going up and then it throws off a little weight and then it goes up some more.
Yeah, and I mean, okay, so this actually helps because sometimes, with these, this is only $1.50. Yeah, with these cheaper stocks, what I like to do is have some perspective longer term because it's hard to predict cheap stocks in the short term.
Radioisotope, that's
okay.
That's what they do for cancer.
Yeah, I mean, the chart basically tells me this looks great, but this level, it made sense that it had a little bit of trouble at just because of historical. But I mean, the upside here is 2x.
Yeah, it looks like one giant cup and handle, actually.
Yeah, 2x would get you to 2021, and then I mean, if you want to really look at the whole picture, like, oh, here's what happened.
If you look at this, you could argue it's a cup and handle. You could argue it's a double bottom. You could argue it's a head inverse or head and shoulders.
Yeah. No, I mean it's
whatever you want it to be. It's a damn good shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably, I'll buy some just so I can track it. It's cheap. Okay, if there's nothing else, I'll stop.
How's your last on live buy? Is that doing okay? You bought some Mankind after hours?
I don't remember what I bought.
Okay, I guess it's not doing that well then.
Well,
you would remember. If it was doing well, you'd remember.
If I remember, I'll let you know. If it was, I do have Mankind. Yeah, not great.
Not great.
Flat.
All right, flat is okay.
Yeah. Well, that was fun.
Hey, Indonesia, you are quite welcome. Thanks for alerting us to catx.
Thank you.
Adios, amigos. Ciao. Thanks for coming. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for showing up. We love our viewers. We love our subscribers. Please subscribe to make us all happy. Have a good day. Ciao.